What happened to the other charges? He's pled guilty to the criminally negligent homicide, but what
Correct.
about the other counts in the indictment?
The 5 manslaughter counts are dismissed as part of the plea. So he pleads guilty to the 5 lesser counts. That was part of the plea bargain.
So in all, it's 1 1/3 to 3 years max sentence, as we understand it.
1 1/3 to 4 years maximum sentence under the E felony.
Okay, so your client was visibly upset.
Yes.
Explain how he's doing.
He's not well, to be honest with you. He is extraordinarily distraught over this. Not only being in prison, which is far from where he was before this, but also he's carrying a tremendous amount of guilt and feeling terrible about what happened, and just understanding that what he did for literally 20 seconds affected all these people's lives. Not just the people who passed away, unfortunately, but also the people who were injured. Himself, he's seriously injured, but it's going to affect him for the rest of his life. And he's expressed great remorse about this, and I think it's evident from how he was in court and from what the judge said to him.
How has he described the last several months incarcerated here in Genesee County?
I mean, it's a small facility. It's a facility where the people who are working there are extremely nice to him. He's had counseling. In terms of the jail part of it, it's not been terrible. It's just, like I said, it's the overwhelming feeling of guilt and feeling terrible remorse for what happened in what was literally 20 seconds.
Do you think this offer is fair? Are you satisfied with that?
Yes.
It was discussed that there was something rolling around on the ground. Was he picking it up in an attempt to, was it prohibiting him from being able to drive in any way?
I've described it in some of my papers as what some of us do when we drive. Sometimes you reach for something, sometimes you're not looking at it and unfortunately he's operating a very large vehicle with a lot of people on it. I think it was just a water bottle, and he, innocently enough, just trying to get a taste of water in the middle of August. I don't know what else to say in terms of what caused it, except that it's just tremendous tragedy.
Why not go ahead and try this case?
There's a tremendous, first of all, he was charged with manslaughter, which carries a maximum of 15 years. There's a tremendous amount of risk going to trial in any case. And in this case, I feel that given the number of people who lost their lives and the way it affected the community and all of the people who were injured, that it wasn't going to be a situation where you had a great amount to gain. I felt like at the end of the case, a win for this would be a criminally negligent homicide, which is exactly what we did in the plea, and I think that it was a fair disposition.
5 counts.
5 counts.
And are the sentences concurrent?
Correct, concurrent. It's all one, the law describes it as one criminal transaction,
All right.
one event. And that's the way the law's written. So the judge obviously understands that, as does Mr. Fennell.
Okay. So the manslaughter charges,
Yes.
what happened with those charges?
The manslaughter charges will be satisfied by his plea to the criminally negligent homicide.
So they go away.
They go away.
Okay.
So if the question then is why, the proof of the criminally negligent homicide was overwhelming. There is a body of evidence that supports the manslaughter charge, but it's not overwhelming to the extent of the criminally negligent homicide. As you heard from the factual recitation today, what he did was to take his eyes off the road to search for this bottle, this object, and the manslaughter charge requires that he intentionally disregard a substantial and unjustifiable risk that a death will occur, whereas the criminally negligent homicide requires that he fail to perceive it. So as I said, he's taking responsibility for the deaths of these 5 people, and he is admitting to the criminal negligence. He's not saying he consciously disregarded it, but rather he just didn't realize that the situation would lead to the result that it did.
Does this include time served?
He would, whatever incarcerative sentence he gets would include, there would be credit for the time he's already served. So when you say time served, that doesn't necessarily mean that, you know, he's out and he's over. It's just, every day is counted.
Are you satisfied with this outcome?
I'm satisfied that he took responsibility. I think there's a sentencing range that's sufficient to give the judge an opportunity to impose a sentence that is going to make him fully accountable for the deaths of these people.
As far as the families of the victims, have you been in contact with them
We
at all?
have not, as I indicated to the court, 3 families are in China, 2 are in India. There's been no communication from them that we've been able to obtain.
Do you have a message for them tonight?
Well, nothing will bring back their loved ones, but this individual taking responsibility and suffering the consequence when he comes back for sentencing should bring them some closure, and I hope it does.
When is sentencing?
Sentencing is September 9th, 2026 at 1:30 in the afternoon.